Percentages can be very useful when relating real-world system components to design requirements. For example, the National Electrical Code states that electrical systems conductors must be sized no less than 125% of a continuous load. Using this rule, we know that a circuit breaker or fuse must be at least 125% of the load or bigger to meet code. This allows electricians to determine the size of each individual circuit breaker based on the items connected to that circuit. Take, for example, a standard air conditioner drawing 12 amps. To determine the minimum required circuit breaker size, first convert the percentage to a decimal. In this case, 125% becomes 1.25. This new number is called the multiplier. Next, multiply by the electrical load. In this case, it's 12 amps. Many times, a system will call for a percent increase or decrease of a certain component. Technicians must be capable of determining the right size components for the job. To increase by a percentage, simply convert the percentage to decimal format, add 1 to create the multiplier, and then multiply by the original number. Let's work an example in a manufacturing plant. The motor for the conveyor belt keeps breaking, and the engineer has determined that the motor is undersized and requires an upgrade of 35%. If the motor is rated for 15 kilowatts, what is the minimum rating required for the new motor? First, convert the percentage to decimal, so 35% becomes 0.35. Next, add 1 to the decimal value. 1 plus 0.35 equals 1.35. Finally, multiply this value by the original motor requirement of 15 kilowatts to equal 20.25 kilowatts. Decreasing by a percentage can also be a useful operation to field technicians and in everyday life. To decrease by a percentage, simply convert the percentage to decimal format, subtract the decimal from 1, and then multiply by the original number. In this example, an electrical tester is marked down 35% from its original price of $35. How much will the tester cost? First, convert the percentage to a decimal, so 35% becomes 0.35. Next, subtract the decimal from 1. 1 minus 0.35 equals 0.65. Next, multiply by the original amount of $35 to get $22.75.